Well, I'm back outside and did video from earlier and added something new to this. You can see, wrote a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Like I said earlier, what I'm doing is like an appreciation video and a shout out video, and I had a difficult time of it lately, and been in hospitals a couple times, and didn't really know how long do I want to live on this earth, and because of the weight of the years of my mother's death in 2002, I was seriously trying to kill myself a couple times this year, and I have tried to done that a lot in the past, because all these years of missing my mother really have taken a toll on me, and it's really bothered me a lot, as you might imagine. This video is really me saying thank you to all my friends from Chai that I've known for 18 years. Ron Kachai, Chris Aarons, the Boomers, the Matt Gays, the Randy Knights. Guys have been my best friends for nearly 20 years, and I appreciate you guys being there for me. And that the name Willie T is still being named, thankfully, to this day. And I always appreciate that from you guys, because we were born pretty much in the same time period. We were born the same year for the most part, and I'm glad I met you guys 18 years ago at Chai, and I have no regrets about the experience I had there, and meeting you guys, and you guys have been my best friends for nearly 20 years, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you guys for being my friends for the last 18 years and calling me Willie T, and you guys kept me going for all that time, and I really appreciate that from you guys. As for my 3 neighbors across the street, ever since I moved in September, I felt old, because when you move in a neighborhood full of college people, and every time you go for a walk, there's 19, 20, 21-year-olds, 18-year-olds, most of the time I would do that, I would feel very old, because I would miss being 18, 19, 20, 21 years old myself. And there's certain things I can't do now as a 35-year-old that I could do when I was 20, like partying a lot, or eating a lot, or whatever. There's certain things I can't do now that I could do then. And the more gray, that's why I said all this off, because I was starting to see too many gray hairs on my chin. So I'm trying to look young, but those 3 girls over there, Kelsey, Sean, and Danielle, really helped me out a lot with their young spirit and their young vibe that they got to them. But more importantly than that they're nice. And like my friends from Chichester I've known for 18 years, kept me going. And they really generally care about me, not just them, but their friends like Eric McDonough, who I just met a couple days ago, and this dude named Justin, and other people. And it's great to be liked, and it's great to have people care about me. And my life's come full circle now, because there was a time where I used to be one a lot of heroes and people I looked up to, but now I'm starting to think I'm being looked up to by, Kelsey, Sean, and Danielle to a certain degree, and other people, and I'm glad of that. It's a great thing, and I'm glad people like me, and I like to think of myself as kind of like their big brother figure, meaning that I have their back. I treat those girls like they're my little sisters, that I've always wanted, type of thing. And too bad my actual sister Michelle Thomas is a bitch, but whatever. But those 3 girls are cool, and I got nothing but respect and admiration for those girls, and they really helped me out a lot since I've been here. And because of those 3 girls, I no longer feel old. old is what you feel like, and I felt old for a very long time until recently, but I'm glad they care, and they're great people, and I always will have those 3 girls back. No questions asked, no doubt about it. I like to think of myself as kind of like their surrogate / honorary big brother, and those 3 girls are special people, and I'm glad they're my neighbors. They're the best neighbors I ever had in my life, as the sign says here. And I'm proud of that I wrote this. And as you can see, I wrote minor people in general are cool people, because they are. These are nice kids here, nice people here, nice adults, nice young adults here. And these people are cool, man. To tell you, 30 years ago, I was living in Upland Street, and there was, gunshots and violence and people getting killed every day. 30 years later, I live in a complete opposite neighborhood, which is great. But like I said, this whole university and the people is just great. And then here is my mother's name. Oh, hey, Kelsey, how you doing? I don't know if you see this, I made up a sign.
Did you?
Yeah, it's kind of me giving a tribute to you girls and my mother and Mother's Day and my friends and Widener University as a whole. Like it says here, I put my name, Willie T, on here. On the right it says Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, I wrote. And you'll like this part. In the middle it says Kelsey, Danielle, Sean are the best neighbors ever. I mean, you guys are my favorite neighbors of all time. And it says here, 4for4 Philadelphia sports fan, because I'm a hardcore Philly sports fan for nearly 30 years, as you can tell. And I wrote, Widener, you people are very cool. Because ever since I've been here, I got nothing but hospitality and people being nice. That's the opposite of what it was 30 years ago when I was living in Chester, and I was living in a neighborhood where people were getting shot at every night. So this 30 years ago was the exact opposite of what it is 30 years later. And here, the biggest tribute of them all is to my mom. If you notice my Facebook picture, it's not a picture of me, it's a picture of my mother from 1988. And it says Jennifer Thomas, which was her name. And Mom, I really miss you a lot, which I do. And I'm not afraid to do stuff like this publicly. I like doing stuff like this. Show my appreciation, because last couple months been kind of hard for me, because I lost a couple buddies, and when I first got here, I felt like I was really old. Then, when you live in a neighborhood full of 20-year-olds, and when you're 35, you feel like you're old, and I felt like I was old for a lot of months. But you girls helped me, make me feel young again, and not old. And all was started when you guys were nice to my uncle, and it carried over. And because when my last neighborhood, nobody gave a crap about my uncle. Nobody would help him out. Nobody would talk to him. None of that crap. So here it's been a completely different thing. But that's why I've been doing all that stuff and buying all this food, because I think you guys deserve it. And which is ironic, because for years I was the most selfish, stingiest person on this planet. But I grew up. And I grew up because I needed to start acting better for my mom. And like I said, I get Social Security, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I have to go to see psychiatrists, and stuff like that. But I don't mind talking about it, I am what I am, and but the last couple months were difficult for me. I lost people that I'd known for 30 years, and then I felt really old. And that's why I was in the hospital a couple times for 3 weeks, and then a week last week. That's why I wasn't around. I was in mental hospitals trying to get my life together. Because I'm not used to this getting old thing. That's why you don't see my goatee, because I shaved it off. That's a whole lot of gray hairs under here. But this is a tribute to all you guys. I mean, I adore all you. I look at you three as the surrogate little sisters. I do, because ever since I moved here, I helped you kids a lot. Not just with the food, but locking your door. Remember that? Most people would have let it go. Most people wouldn't have done nothing. I knocked on your door, I remember, and nobody answered. I thought maybe one of you guys were sleeping. But I had to shut it, because somebody could have gone in and easily robbed the place. And then the time I shoveled your snow in the ground, make sure you guys had a clean driveway or stairs to walk through. So I look at you guys as like my little sisters in a way, which is ironic because my actual sister, Michelle, is a bitch. Because when I was away from home, my uncle fell down twice out of his car, and my sister didn't pick him up. That's right. My uncle went to Woodland Shopping Center twice. He fell down out of the car, and my own sister, Michelle, didn't even pick him up. Not once, but twice. She even told my uncle, you know, get somebody else to pick you up or something. You're too big. That's why I'm always talking trash about my sister around you guys when I'm saying she has just cigarettes. My sister, my real sister's a bitch. Trust me. She's bad news. She's a brown noser. She's a stuck-up snob. But you guys ain't. You guys wanted to help my uncle. And I never forgotten that. But I always have you guys back. I always will. I know you'll have my back. You guys are like my little sisters, new little sisters now, you know? And that's great. But I did this, and I was hoping one of you guys seen it. I don't know if you can see it all the way from here, but this is something I always wanted to do. And I'm just glad, you know, I came to this neighborhood. I met people here. The only thing that's interesting is every time I go knock on your door, I'm afraid of dogs. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I knock on the door, I hear one of your dogs, I'm like, I'm out. Oh, I know, I understand that. I would be too. But you got nothing to worry about with me. As you can tell. But I hope people see this, and well, I have a YouTube video up of this that I'm posting at the moment. But I hope people walk around, see this, and know that I'm very sincere of what I've been writing here. I had to write on a Sharpie. I don't have paint or, you know, big red, blue markers. So I had to get one of my sister's Sharpies to write on the blanket. That's where I wrote it on. Yeah, it's not a lot of work involved, that's for sure. It's easy. But you guys are great. No problem. This neighborhood rules.